Yeah, we're starting a little bit early by a wee bit. Well, that is most definitely not centered like it's supposed to be. Good enough. How's it going, Ruben? Okay. Let's see if I remembered to save when I turned off my console last night. Zara Aura and Shinx, welcome. Going pretty good. Still kind of screwed up from the time change. Yeah, I feel like that's going to keep hitting us for a while yet. Oh my gosh, that's annoying. Better. Yeah, no, not really. Family's doing all right. Wife's at work. Kiddos went to sleep relatively easily today, which naturally means they'll be up in about 5 minutes because I started to do a thing. But you know, they're doing really good. It's been warmer-ish weather, so it feels a little bit more like spring, and they're getting a little bit more outside time. Yo, why is my music crackly? That's weird. Don't tell me my headphones are crapping out already. Somehow, someway, they for sure know when Dad is trying to do a thing. And I think that's just the universal law of kids. Oh crap, we didn't start my timer. Somehow, someway, I was like, you know what? Your attention is not on me at this moment. Even though I'm asleep, we can't have that. Yep. Just light alarm clock goes off in their head. It's like, hey, the switch is on. Gotta be up. It's like the PlayStation 4 chirp when it comes on. Still no shiny Bulbasaur, Smoker. Yeah, still at it. Okay, hopefully this doesn't break stuff. My headphones got some crackly stacklies in them, and I don't like it. You're close to 5,000. Still no shiny? Yeah, that's how it goes. Welcome, Shauna. How's it going today for you, Shauna? The music for you guys doesn't have like static in it as well, does it? Just wondering if this is a headset issue or a computer processing issue. Water company got all pipes laid. Wow. Wasn't that supposed to like take them until May or something? Wonder if my cat just saw fit to chew on my cable somewhere. I feel like they're done way earlier than they promised you. At least laid, anyways, I should say. Guess the job's not 100% complete yet. Do 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 do. So, my Umbreon plushie arrived today. It's huge. And I have Espeon coming tomorrow. These are the life-size Umbreon and Espeon plushies that they released at Pokemon Center. The like 34-inch ones. Way bigger than I expected. Like, the two of them combined will be bigger than my desk, I feel like. And I do not know what I'm going to do with them, because when I ordered them, one, I didn't think that they were that big, and two, I had a dedicated room for all this stuff. They will likely have to go into storage. It was not a shiny Umbreon. Like, when I got the box, it went to my parents' house because I don't have mail shipped to my apartment here. I picked up my kids from my parents' house after work today, and it's just sitting there in the middle of their living room. I'm like, dang, that's a big box. They must have put both of them in one box. No. It was just one of them, and it filled the entire box. We're talking like this box is probably 4 feet by 3 feet by 2.5 feet. Like, it's massive. Send it back until I get a shiny. You know what? That would be a really cool thing for them to do at the Pokemon Center. It's like, you know what? You're ordering this Umbreon. We're planning to facilitate X amount of orders. Some of them will be shiny. That would be legit. That's what I would do myself. If I was making decisions, Goodness. Right? That would be so cool. I don't know if the Pokemon Center actually has a physical store, do they? Because there's the Pokemon Company, and like there's the Nintendo store. Well, no, I guess Pokemon Center Japan. They have physical stores. And I think there's Pokemon New York, maybe? Or maybe it's just Nintendo New York. I've been to the Nintendo store in New York on Times Square, I think is where it is. But I don't know if it was called the Pokemon Center. I feel like I would have went out of my way to find that if I was there. Had a 2-minute ad. Welcome back, Shauna. Checking now. Like, I do feel like there's a Pokemon Center in New York, but it must not be anywhere close on the island of Manhattan. Or, yeah, I guess it's technically an island, right? It's not in Manhattan, we'll say that much. Either that, or somehow I just didn't know about the Pokemon Center store at that age. I was there worrying about other things since that was where my honeymoon was, so I was a little preoccupied. Okay, it turned into the Nintendo store. So yeah, then I've been to it. Hey, Star Killer, welcome. We're really not hard to find these days. Much like my Umbreon plushie, it's not going to be hard to find. Stonewall, welcome. I will get it. You believe in me? Thanks. Stonewall, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. You're alive and well. I'm doing pretty freaking sweet myself. Got some time today to grind out some shiny encounters. Or, well, non-shiny encounters in the hopes of a shiny encounter. So life's pretty good. Could find reasons to complain, but it would just be a waste of hot air, I think. Not to mention, I got a Mountain Dew. Like, what else do we need? Took a bottle of Code Red, took a bottle of Livewire, mixed it together. We got, you know, redneck game fuel. In March, since Mountain Dew decided they didn't want to do a bunch of game fuel flavors this year, or even release game fuel at all. Hey, Starkiller, do you know where Anastar City is? Because, like, this says Anastar City. But I kind of feel like it's the same sound as the Hidden Retreat from Legends EA. I want to say Anastar is the city that the flying gym leader is in Generation 5. Gym leader Olympia. Oh. It's Gen 6? Was not expecting that. Do, 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 do. I think we're about 8 minutes away from a by Swayze sighting. That's why it sounds familiar. I did get my shiny Deoxys video made last night. I need to do the long form version, and then I'll be able to put those out after making a thumbnail. But I did get the YouTube short version made. Also, I totally accidentally stayed up till 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. last night. Guess my body kind of just defaulted to pre daylight saving time schedule. And just think, I found it that fast after spending an entire stream asking everybody which one I should do. Popping off, gotta charge the phone. Shauna, have a great night. If we see you again, awesome. If not, maybe tomorrow. I will likely be trying to do a nap time stream sometime tomorrow. There will not be an evening stream, more than likely. Tomorrow night, I got a buddy coming over, gonna work on some stuff on his laptop, see what we can get figured out. I may or may not have found a way to get Citra and Ryujinx installed on a computer. Remind me, Star Killer, were you saying the other day that you never found a shiny in any of the games, or just never in any of the older games? Like, surely you found someone like Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield and whatnot. Winds and Waves is already on the Nintendo Store? What? Like the store or just like Nintendo.com? Pokemon Winds and Waves are coming to Nintendo Switch 2 in 2027. Get the first details about the upcoming games, including a look at the main characters and the new first partner Pokemon. Stay tuned for more information about Wind and Waves releasing exclusively for Nintendo Switch 2. That makes me so happy. Exclusively for Switch 2. Never in the older games, your first shiny you ever came across was in Scarlet and Violet, and then Sword and Shield, and all the new games. Gotcha. Red Gyarados, and a Haxorus to boot. I think those are the only shinies that you actually get given in the games. Nimbon, welcome. Which shinies next? Well, that depends on where we're at in the life of the channel by the time we find the next shiny. Granted, with the nature of shiny hunting in this game, I can't control which shiny I find, but I can choose a group of shinies to hunt. I believe I'm going to go for a Nidoran. Get some ground coverage and some heavy attack power, I think would be pretty nice. Welcome to the stream though, Ninbon. Yep, shiny only run. I ran through a quick playthrough of Pokemon Fire Red, one that first released on Switch 2. Got to the end of that, found my shiny Deoxys. So now we're doing a shiny only run, see if we can get the same Deoxys luck to come through and bless us with a good shiny only run. Hoping to grow the channel quite significantly over the course of doing that. See if we can get people voting on nickname rights for this run, because I will be nicknaming these Pokemon. And see what kind of names we can come up with. But yeah, one shiny per gym badge. So gotta get the shiny starter, crush Brock. Then we'll go for a shiny Nidoran, go crush Misty, and struggle through Lieutenant Surge and all that. Should be a good time. I know that says green turtle from context, but that's not how I read that, Star Killer. I totally read that first as Grun Turtle, but Bulbasaur is a frog, so I'm kind of confused on the name. Or are you calling the future now, saying inevitably somebody's going to like gift a membership by the time I find this and say, do a Squirtle check, and then next thing I know, I have a shiny Squirtle for my team. Turtle Frog. I guess I still could auction off nicknaming rights. Just because the channel isn't monetized doesn't mean that can't be done. You're the best nicknamer ever. He's the best around. Oldest woke up every time. Every time. The Wii Sports opening's got to be one of the best jingles of all time. Not the best, but one of the best. You're starting to think Pokopia is a water gun simulator? Very likely, actually. Ooh, just went up to 357. Thanks for the sub. It may be a water gun simulator, but I'm also not mad about it either. Bye, sub. Must have been a mistake. There is a jump button, by the way. You just have to progress to get it. Yeah, been there, done that. Have to find yourself a Magikarp. Apparently there's like 5 or 6 areas reflecting different towns in the Kanto region. And I just think it's setting them up so well for DLC. Like, I bet there's going to be continual events for this game, like Animal Crossing, and DLC. Oh, here's a $5 DLC. Get 10 extra Pokemon characters unlockable. Here's a $15 DLC. Here's this extra town you can now visit. You uncovered a way to get to Lavender Town or whatever. This game is massive compared to ZA, and you think you're kind of mad about that? Yeah, I was actually surprised. This game is huge. Like, I was saying it when I, about an hour into the game when I realized just how big everything was. Like, they could easily open it up. And if Nintendo doesn't do DLCs left and right for this game, huge wasted opportunity. And people can no longer say they're just a money-hungry company. Like, this game is a prime example of opportunity to do that. And I would willingly pay for expansions. Currently. But there is a point where too much of one thing is not a good thing, but for now, it's fun. Yeah. When it said Cycling Road, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to go to Celadon City. That's dope. We're in Fuchsia City. It's kind of interesting as you look at the map that you're working with Fuchsia City. The map does kind of resemble Fuchsia City. Not very well. Like, pathways seem to be a little bit different, but when you get to like some of the wild areas and things like that, it's a little bit more evident. The pond that's there is like, oh hey, this was probably where that Lapras was chilling. Oh, sales have been pretty great for it. I mean, it is like it got really high ratings, so like it makes sense. I mean, they got 1,025 or 26 Pokemon they can add into it, so they got room for expansion. And doing DLC for it would make this Pokemon 30th year anniversary year celebration like a little bit more impactful, a little bit more filled with Pokemon goodness. Oh yeah, that was actually quite funny. Like, understandably being mad about it because you don't want your product associated with any kind of political agenda or anything like that, but like, it was funny. I think funnier than the contents of the message was the fact that it was the White House public account that did it. You just hope they release all the old games throughout the year for the 30th. You don't know if you want to get mad because someone used your brand, which really was free publicity, if anything. Yeah. Nintendo is just very protective of their IP. Still no boba? Nope, still no bulba. I see you found the other channel though. Still have no idea how you're going to shape this game, so you're just watering everything, trying to raise the humidity. That's what kept me up until 1 a.m. last night, Starkiller. I was trying to free Onyx. You certainly did. Epic. Well, welcome back, Stonewall. You were up till you had work trying to free Onyx and had to give up? Wait, you stayed up all night last night, Starkiller? Hey, thanks, Stonewall.
Stonewall Silish donated $5 through Super Chat. Here's a little for the new PC.
Glad that's still working. Also, I need to adjust that up. And make that up top here. That's really nice of you, Stonewall. Thanks again. I want this alert box. chat widget needs to go all the way up. Or rather, alert box needs to go all the way up. It's only a little though. Hey, that helps significantly. Like it all adds up really fast. Like that's my goal for this new year, is to use like literally everything to go towards that. My computer's from like 2017, and I can't help but think that the stream would run a little bit smoother if I upgraded that. Just knowing what upgrading my router did for it, oh yeah. There we go. Now I have those up front and center. You got Starlink? That's what's up. Been meaning to look into it. Does Starlink just hook up to your regular router like normal, or does it require a special kind of modem and router combination? It all comes with the package? Okay. What's the download and upload speed on that typically? It's pretty good, Gannon. You have it at your house? Ah. Wait, did you ever get your apartment, or are you still there, Gannon? You're still here right now? Gotcha. Do you get download speeds up to a gig? Oh, you're over at your grandma's now? I mean, I was thinking about doing that myself back before I got married, but ended up moving into dorm housing before that. Not that high, but around 400. I got like college level Google Fiber over here or something these days. And I thought my internet had just changed and sucked a bunch. Turns out my router was just throttling my internet because it couldn't handle what I was giving it. So that was like 90% of my stream issues right there. Upgrade the router. We're able to multi-stream now. Great investment. You want to live by yourself? It ain't all that. Like the older I get, the more I'm like, you know what? I think multi-generational housing is like the way to go. Oh, I already got one. Yeah, my new Wi-Fi router is letting me get like upwards of 300 for download and upload. You have 119 download and 26 upload because you live out in the middle of nowhere. That's what's up. That's pretty good. It's better than what I was streaming with. I was streaming with like 20 up and 10 down before. Wait, fiber's awesome. I thought Starlink would be better than fiber. In answering on your timing question, Gannon, it would have to be 7. That way my kids are in bed. I don't have to worry about wrangling them. You got fiber, Starkiller? Nice. You're supposed to be getting fiber, but they only offer 10 gigs while Starlink gives you 60. 60 gigs of what? Like downloading for like streaming and stuff? Or is that a speed type deal or what? Because yeah, that would be problematic for me. Hey, Moondrop, welcome. Ruinous Washroom. That's a great name. Too bad it's a bot. Doing well. Doing well, Moondrop. How about yourself? It's downloading. You believe you'd have to look at the package again. That's actually like kind of bad. Not in terms of, you know, speed or anything, just for how much people stream these days, like actual like Netflix and all that. 60 gigs is so easy to burn through, especially if you have like kids that have Disney Plus on repeat even though they're not really watching it. You got a shiny Magikarp in LA. Nice. Friend digging the banner, eh? You had Spectrum for years and they kept raising the prices. and the internet would drop off and be inconsistent. Yeah, I thought my issue was just my internet crapping out on me, but I think it was my router that was like just breaking. Because it's only happened one time since upgrading my router. And now that you left, they try to get you back. What kind of deals are they offering you to try to get you back? We'll give you 3 months free. It may not be for download. Yeah, download one game to play on the Xbox and you're done, man. They offer super cheap deals, but you know, people who have taken their deals and they don't honor them past 1 month. They offered $50 a month for a year. Last offer they sent. Just send them back a letter that says, you guys are coming off kind of desperate. Your plan is unlimited at 400 megabits per second. That's what's up. That's pretty awesome. Unlimited streaming. Yeah, with how much my brother's TV is on, they go through like 300 plus gigabytes of streaming a month. But the TV's like almost always on due to, well, he used to work overnights. So when he was home, it would be on, yada, yada, yada. But like people weren't watching it most of the time, which is kind of sad. Oh, you told them they sound really desperate now? Oh, it's 120 a month. That's pretty steep. I mean, mine was 80, $90. So, I mean, that's not terrible for the quality increase, really. Your bill was like 200 a month? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. It's like have to drop your left kidney for that one. Oh, wait, I did want to be on the Go Live screen. I know what I was doing. Oh, that adds to it there, Star Killer. Fiber is $60 a month and the internet is always working. Yeah, basically. You had house phones and internet with no TV packages, and they just wouldn't lower the price. So you called fiber one day and got it switched over. As you should. Who needs house phones in this day and age? Okay, I'm gonna do this next encounter, and then I'm gonna go get a midstream Mountain Dew topper and turn off my AC because it's getting kind of cold. Well, looks like the chair didn't fare much better than I did. You dropped the house phone and they raised the price on us again after that. Yeah, because they were losing money. Everyone you've shown the banner to likes it so far. That's good. That means it was a good job. It's probably way better than my banner. Either one of them, really. I think a banner is one thing that I didn't have done on Fiverr, but I could be mistaken on that. No, I definitely did the Sludge Bomb Trainer one. But I think I had somebody else do the brass coin one. Well, Moondrop, I did just check it out. And it looks like you did say that you had to view on a TV in order to get the full aspect of it. So there's definitely a significant thing cut off of it. Think you should run it through a program like GIMP or something and adjust the image size to fit each individual platform so that it's a uniform experience across the board. Because I see Soul Heart half cut off, but that may be my computer settings. Dig the color scheme though. Purple's nice. Purple and white has a good contrast. I mean, it's taken me an hour and 20 minutes, but I've almost got 100 encounters today. I feel like that's longer than it should take. Well, more like an hour and 10 minutes because of the stream startup time and all that. Still, I feel like I should be getting 100 encounters in about 50 to 60 minutes instead of 110. But I'm not too far off the mark. I mean, I haven't been wholly locked in. Like, we've been chatting. I've been getting distracted with things. It happens. We'll blame it on daylight savings time this time, because I can. It's a valid excuse, I think. We need 500 encounters. We need over 9,000 encounters. According to my estimates, I am like about just a little over a tenth of the way to the shiny. That's where my guess is putting me. I still maintain that I'm probably going to find it at about 12,000 encounters. Bro doing calculations. Doing guesses more than calculations, I guess. That's why it's called a guess. How you doing, cashier? One of these days, I need to have a stream so long that my music repeats. I also still need to set up my stream deck. I have yet to do that. One of these days, maybe I'll find time to read my book my wife got me for Christmas. Got a Eye of the World by Robert Jordan and the Wheel of Time series. Still need to pick it up and read through it. I also really want to play D&D again. I don't know if any of y'all have played D&D, but it's a massively, wildly fun, yet a little addicting game. Like, at this point in my life, I'm pretty sure if I want to play, I'm going to have to, like, host an online group through Discord or something. Are you playing Pokemon Pokopia right now, Starkiller? Did I get that right? You've gotten to free Onyx. Oh, you've got a free Onyx. It's actually a pretty fun little quest line. I'm having the hardest time trying to build my city up because, like, there's parts of me that wants to build it up how it was, but also parts of me that are like, I don't know how it was, so I'm just gonna build it. Like, for example, there's all those areas within, like, the Fuchsia City area that have buildings that you can build up. Like, I've been trying to keep those in the same place and just restore them versus cannibalizing them and building buildings elsewhere. But then I'm like, woo-wee! Please tell me I didn't just save that. I just saved that, didn't I? I probably just saved that. Not that it's, like, detrimental or anything, but... Yep, I saved. Oops. My bad. Crap. I broke it. I got distracted talking about Pokopia. Oh, cool. It defaulted. Now we gotta reset all the restarts. We're back at 1. Never. The game's like crack? Yeah, it is. Told you, it's got like all the satisfying effects of Minecraft and all of the satisfying gimmicks from Animal Crossing. Not to mention Pokemon. Gosh dang it. Understandable, Star Killer. Well, maybe with a new seed generator, we'll find the shiny faster than expected. Minecraft fans are the poster child for brain rot. Nah, Roblox fans are. I was playing Minecraft back when Notch was selling it in his basement for $5 a key code. I am about as an OG fan of Minecraft as you can possibly get. Like, when I was playing it, I don't even think it was in beta mode yet. Roblox, Minecraft, same thing. Redstone didn't yet have a function. You just collected it because it looked pretty. Nah, that was dark times. This song is like so pleasing to me on very many different levels. We just moved back the shiny Bulbasaur 3 days? Maybe. Or maybe we moved it forward 7. You're trying to get all 3 starters shiny this game, but you're sure you'll give up before you even find one of them? Very likely. Just don't quit if I find my shiny Bulbasaur before you. That's not allowed. You'll probably put 30 hours into the shiny hunt and give up. Nah, if I find my shiny Bulbasaur, you gotta find yours. Them's the rules. I don't make them. That way we can have a shiny only battle and you can stomp me. The second I find the shiny Bulbasaur, you're crying and giving up. The funny thing about that is that you have the opportunity to grind a little bit more frequently than I do, since I can only do so when I have free time and don't have the kids to deal with. I mean, I guess your situation's a little bit similar, but you can shiny hunt with kids present or not, and things like that. Since I'm streaming mine, I have to be able to stream when I shiny hunt. That significantly cuts down the amount of time I can spend doing it, or else I would be soft resetting while I was at work. Somehow. I don't know how exactly that would work. My job is way too demanding for that these days, but if this was like 2 years ago, oh yeah, you would bet I would be doing some encounters while I was at work. Your kid doesn't care. Plus, you sleep like 3 hours a day, so you're up longer. This is true. Out of curiosity, maybe this is a terrible question to ask, but you were talking about donating plasma and being deferred and all that due to partying. Does that have anything to do with your insomnia currently, or was that a thing even before that, partying? Just something that kind of popped into my mind. It happened after all that, the insomnia did. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, life is rough and nobody gets out without getting scathed. Some more than others, but especially if like it's the kind of sleep where you're having like night terrors to the point of waking up or something to that effect, or you train yourself not to dream deeply so you can avoid that type of stuff. Similar to how a person could train themselves to an extent lucid dream. You don't get all weird like some people do, but you apparently sleep really rough. Kind of how you end up snapping your tooth recently and had to get that fixed. Oh, okay, okay. You don't remember any dreams, so that's good. Because if I remember correctly, you said that you did some time in the military, right? Nothing like super beat down active duty, but you've been in some bad situations that always turned out pretty good in the end. Think it's more of growing up in St. Louis that what gets you. Yeah, and I mean, even if nothing happened in the military that is like what people would expect war to be like, and things like that. Just the simple act of going through like basic training plus a few years of light duty is enough to mess with you permanently as far as your ability to sleep, just the level of training that they drill into you with being ready to have like hand-to-hand combat in the middle of the night, or just at a moment's freaking notice. In the rude awakenings and things like that would be enough to like make any person have a rough time sleeping, and kind of have some anxiety around the whole thing, and some PTSD type stuff. But being involved in uh, active combat would definitely expedite that process for sure. But like our brains are not equipped to handle what they put you through for training in the military. Like they train your brain the best you can train a brain to handle it, but just the high stress, our brains are not designed to handle that high stress for long periods of time. Short spurts, absolutely good for survival. Long term, not a good thing for your brain. You were in Afghanistan and Qatar while shelling and a few firefights that no one got injured, and none of that really bothered you like it did other people. Because you grew up in St. Louis. You know, you you grow up in, rougher cities. You don't know who's exactly friend or foe. Going to, you know, being deployed, you kind of have a pretty good idea that if it's not in a uniform like you got on, it's probably not going to be nice. And then there's the whole, we're going to tear you apart so we can build you back up the way we want you to be. That's a lot to handle as well. How long were you over there, Starkiller? That may be why you don't sleep much. Sometimes you sleep for like 10 hours. Could be. Nine months in Afghanistan and 6 months in Qatar. Okay. And then the other months were training, right? You did a 2-year tour? Did some time just being stationed here in the States. Okay, okay. So was that originally like with National Guard or just originally joining the military outright? Because I was barely even a teenager back when that was going on, for the most part. So I can't remember. I'm pretty sure they sent National Guard units, but I couldn't be certain of that. The Army Reserve went straight into the Army. Okay. And if it's personal, that's completely fine because for a lot of people it is. With going straight to the Army, it was a choice to make because there wasn't a draft at the time. What was the reason that you enlisted? Because some do it for the country, others do it because they're psychopaths. Most, well, maybe not most, but a good portion do it because it was a job. Um, so like the reasons are like all over the place, and it's always kind of fun to hear people's reasoning for enlisting. Like, I was in first grade when the towers went down. So, like, most of my life, we've been in Iraq and Afghanistan and Iran and in the Middle East to some varying degrees. Your whole family is military, didn't have a job, and had friends go in before you and just followed them. Okay, respectable. Family lineage was another reason. My one of my buddies went in because his grandfather, who was a huge inspiration to him, served, and so he wanted to serve as well. I'm like, okay, I gotcha. There's no way I really could have got in. Mostly just because you worked at Taco Bell and wasn't really making any money, and it sounded like a great career compared to Taco Bell. Fair. Not to mention, possibility for having school paid for if you did it long enough. Although I don't know if that was as huge back when you were in. They got some really great benefits. Like, a lot of people do choose it as a career path just for career path's sake for a while. Go in, do 2 tours, have your entire degree debt free. You were in second grade when the towers went down, so you're only like 33 then. Somehow I got into the newspaper. They sent our school out to do the Pledge of Allegiance outside to the big flag, and they had news reporters there taking pictures, and I ended up there. you went into infantry, wasn't thinking about school, and your dad was pissed because he wanted you to be an army nurse like him, but you wouldn't trust you to be a nurse. Not to mention, like, the sheer trauma of seeing the state of the people you would be treating can be more traumatic than actually going through the event itself in a large part. Like, that isn't for the faint of heart. Or for most people, for that matter, even if you aren't faint of heart. Like, that's a lot. Oh, wow, that's crazy, Starkiller. Had a little bit of a double spy situation going on. So, from being over there, hey, by Swayze, welcome. From being over there, Starkiller, overall, how do you feel like the whole situation was handled? Because there are a lot of people that are like, it could have been ended so much faster. There's a lot of hot takes on what we could have done or should have done to handle the situation faster, to prevent, kind of more of what's going on currently in the world right now. But because there's some that, like, say we should have did a hit hard and fast maneuver and leave them to clean up the breadcrumbs, and then there's others that are like, no, when you're doing that kind of thing, you don't want to destabilize the government. You want to have something in effect to have them govern themselves after the whole situation's over, so that, it doesn't fall into complete and total chaos. How you been today, by Swayze? How many encounters are you at? The truth about them? I don't know what that means. Like, we should have done the truth about them differently? Like, the reason why we were there? Read the message before that. Oh, you had an informant in the military. Yeah, I did read that one. It got split in 2 messages. Gotcha. Oh yeah, people live vastly different than we do over here in Western civilization, and it's completely normal for them. Like OSHA, not a thing. Like you see videos on YouTube Shorts of like people in India, like talented artisans and craftsmen and uh, skilled laborers and factory workers and stuff doing insanely dangerous stuff in like flip flops or barefoot at best. And you're just sitting there like, oh my gosh, like I couldn't fathom doing that. Like I wear shoes in the house because I'm afraid of stepping on a thumbtack. Like holy cow. They gotta have like soles of iron on their feet or something like that. But even still, just casually walking around in a factory with moving metal parts, bending metal, and doing all sorts of crazy stuff like that, like gives me anxiety. Always gotta have them safety flip flops, yeah. And maybe part of it's just it's too hot and humid over there that they're sweating too bad, like, and they get blisters on their feet, and it's just a worse situation versus the risk of things that can happen to your foot. I don't know, because like the thing that initially comes to my mind is it's either that or it's just that impoverished that they're all making the world's shoe supply or whatever it is, but don't make enough to afford food and shoes. You know, and I do wonder which it is. Most of them guys are on Walter White, so they can't feel their feet anyways. You would think it would be more of the one that starts with O than the one that starts with M over there, due to Lotus and whatnot. When you think about like how integrated the Lotus is to that culture and the religions associated with that culture and everything, it's wild to think about like how far humanity goes back to date on that, and the Lotus being there, and like at what point did this get added because people started like tripping with it and like, oh yeah, we're gonna add this as a symbol of worship into our religion. Meanwhile, they're just over there tripping with it as religious leaders. It was a very interesting conversation we're having. You know what? We do have a lot of people from India pop into the stream. Maybe I should ask them one of these times. Because I mean, they do still have like the caste system over there, so maybe part of it is a poverty thing. But like, it just goes to show for like, you know, that is one of the oldest civilizations we have, dating back, 6,000 plus years. Even back then, they were bored enough that they were figuring out how to hallucinate with stuff. So that's just wild to me. Like surviving back then just wasn't hard enough as it is. Let's add this element to it to see if we can still do it. Then again, you think about how long we've been having the drinky drink going on. Makes sense. I do not know what that is, but that sounds terrifying. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. I have to this date never tried anything of that nature. Anything at all. I mean, with my allergies and borderline asthma, couldn't afford to. Didn't interest me. I was like, I die if I get the stuff secondhand. Like, I don't need that directly in me. Ruben, have a fantastic night. Have a great day tomorrow. And we'll see you next time. You're not a fan of it? Makes you paranoid and feel like garbage? Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Life's already complicated enough. It's just easier to stay away from all that stuff anyways. Yes. Lonesome crow waiting for their snacky snack. How's it going, Lonesome Crow? Doing all right? I'm doing great. Yep, putting in the encounters, seeing if we can catch that shiny Bulbasaur. Well, it's a guaranteed catch. See if we can find it. But yeah, ready to grind the hunt and see what happens. Should be a good challenge, albeit a very, very long challenge. Joseph, welcome. How you doing? If you miss a catch on a starter Pokemon, you might need to quit playing Pokemon. You right. It's like you're done. Even the guaranteed Pokemon don't want to hang out with you. Playing your old Fire Red cartridge and wanted to do a Nuzlocke and then lost the rival fight. You gave up the challenge. As is the experience for most people that end up doing a Nuzlocke. Oh, I've probably found several modest Bulbasaur by now. The professor just takes it back and says, "You're done. You're done." If the purpose of this wasn't to play it on the Switch, I would probably be like soft resetting on my original cartridges as well. I could load up Fire Red on my original Switch and get some extra encounters in that way, but the problem with that is I want to do it on Leaf Green just due to the version exclusives and whatnot. So naturally, I'd probably find the shiny starter on Fire Red and just have a terrible time of it. As a Charmander, or as a child, we loved Charmander. As adults, we understand Bulbasaur is equally great, and so is Squirtle. You know what? You're not wrong. Especially in a shiny only badge quest, Bulbasaur is the superior option. Helps out with the end game, gives you a wide amount of coverage that you don't get with good stat Pokemon otherwise. And for the purposes of this game, Charizard isn't 100% necessary. Like, when you think about going through the gym leaders as challenges and the Elite Four, Bulbasaur brings just as much to the table as Charizard does. Have I found any other shiny starters? Not in this game, no. I have not seen the Kanto cards. I haven't seen a pack of Pokemon cards in the wild in so long. It's sad how long it's been. Awesome. Also, welcome, Colossus. You bought Leaf Green on your Switch? Nice. Leaf Green's a good one. I prefer playing Fire Red, I'm going to be honest. But Leaf Green's got the better experience overall. As weird as that is, I don't know. It's kind of like how I prefer Lugia, but for whatever reason, if I'm playing through Johto, it has to be gold or heart gold. Charizard is always necessary. You refuse to look at the new sets because they'll never be available. I could get them. or at least I could find them if I really looked for them and went down to like Pocatello to find them. But I've spent an ashamingly large amount of money on Pokemon paraphernalia in the last 2 months. I'm good. Like, I bought that $680 Lego set because it had Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise in it. And came with a free Lego gift that I probably paid for like 6 times over in the cost of said Lego set. And I also managed to snag, aside from the games, the Pokemon plushies for the life-size Umbreon and Espeon, and that set me back about $800. So I've spent way too much money on Pokemon this year already. Toon Hamstreak, welcome. Remember when people used to stream playthroughs of the entire game instead of what is essentially a slot machine? What happened to the good old days of Let's Plays? Shiny hunting's legit. I actually just finished a Let's Play of Fire Red, so we're taking a different approach to the Let's Play / Shiny Hunt endeavors. You don't know how people get into Legos as adults, especially at the price they are? I never got out of them. And this is something I've been waiting for like 25 years. So I said, I am absolutely doing that. Itch scratched. I don't know if I need to buy any more Pokemon Legos. Like, it's a question I've been asking since I was a kid. Like, why are there no Pokemon Lego sets? And I think the answer came in the price tag that we just experienced with the last set. That being, Lego has an expensive Lego tax anyways. When you add the Nintendo brand label onto it, it becomes an even more expensive brand name tax. Not to mention, Pokemon on top of that, even more so. Like, I'm pretty sure $400 of my price tag was brand name tag tax. Like, this Lego set was more than my land payment each month. And I'm not even joking. But it was my birthday present to myself. From myself. So I don't really feel too terrible about it. Some people take themselves to the casino for their birthday. I just bought a stupid expensive box of Legos and called it good. You're going to train your Clefairy to level 37? All right. What does it do at level 37? And evolve it into Clefable? What's the significance of 37? You just found the Team Rocket hideout? The lighthouse? Oh, getting the moveset you want. So if you evolve Clefairy before then, it skips learning the moves. Minimize, Seismic Toss, Moonlight, and Cosmic Power. Not rocking the metronome, I see. I dig it. You went on the side of it and you can go in there? Oh, really? I thought you had to drop all the items in the receptacle before it would open up. I'll have to check out the side. So if you're facing the Pokemon Center and you turn right and bust through that wall and break the walls in that area, there's actually a really cool underground cave that you can get into. Still working on giving them all the stuff. I think you have to go to other areas to get the other vegetables, as far as I've noticed. But when I am done playing this game on stream, I will be returning to Pokemon Pokopia to see what I can accomplish there. Joseph, are you a Clefairy fan? Or is it just serving its purpose for you there? It's also wild that Clefairy almost was the mascot for Pokemon. I think it's because they've been primarily playing it and not shiny hunting in Fire Red, Leaf Green. But second to that, I think it's not taking the time to really thoroughly enjoy the game. Because, like, I've been building up the area. I think the people that are far into the game just haven't been building everything up that well. Because, like, I've got almost every environment made that I've come across in the Fuchsia City zone. And there's, like, easily, like, 30 or 40 of them. It's on your Kanto team when you play with Venusaur? Okay. You've been switching from this game in Fallout? Yeah. Jack Delta, hello and welcome to the stream. How you doing tonight? Or this morning? Glad to hear it, Jack. Glad to hear it. What's your favorite Kanto Pokemon? Gengar? Heck yeah. That's what's up. We will be shiny hunting a Ghastly at some point on this stream. Not this particular stream, mind you, but, you know, the challenge. It'll happen. It's got to happen. If not here and now, when, really? That was the first Pokemon your dad ever traded you? Heck yeah. Got a Snorlax, Joseph. Snorlax is pretty great. I could honestly get behind shiny hunting a Snorlax too. But if I do that, I feel like I'm selecting too many Pokemon that are guaranteed for this run and not random enough. So I might have to take some of these to the voting. But Nidoran and Ghastly are for sures. The rest of them will be up to, like, viewer choice, I think. At least as far as the area I hunt in to try to get the Pokemon, I think. Like, I would like to try for a Ninetales. I would like a Dratini. I would like an Abra. But if I do that, the only wild card, really, would be Ninetales versus a Pidgey. Or Meowth. Like, actually, I can't even get Meowth in this game, I don't think. I think it's Fire Red exclusive. So, I'll have to do some research, figure out what I might want to go for. But there will also be some fan voting in there as well. I have a love for Gengar as my favorite poison-type Pokemon, but all-time favorite Pokemon is Swampert. Might train your Growlithe next. Growlithe is pretty dope. If I was shiny hunting on Fire Red, I would definitely consider going for a Growlithe. Well, that makes 1,400 right at the 10 o'clock hour. We're doing pretty all right. Pretty much the rest of the stream is up in the air. Like, I think I got about 20 more minutes before the wife gets home. You left your Dratini at the daycare? Fair decision. Wait. Have you already gotten to, like, the end game with Island 4 or something like that? You've seen a guy online that has a Gengar card collection and has every one of the Gengar's cards but 4, and it's awesome looking? Yes, I would agree with that. I think that would be legit. You're at Fuchsia City and have 4 badges at the moment. I didn't think the daycare was a thing in, like, south of Cerulean City in this game. Daycare still exists? I thought that person was retired and the daycare was on Island 4. I mean, I guess if you've been to Fuchsia, and have 4 badges, you theoretically could have access to 4 island. It's a little house going down the Vermilion City before going to the underground. Yeah, I know where it's at. I just didn't think that you could still put Pokemon. My memory failed me. Playing as an adult, knowing all the tricks and natures and what to do is more fun for you. I can respect that. All right. We're going to grab this, and then we're going to give the chair an encounter. Somehow I was still muted. That was the weirdest thing. Thank you so much, 9 Silver Channel, for liking and subscribing. I can see that that number did go up, so thank you so much for that. And Joseph, kids in fact did not know the grind for leveling up individually until today. I feel like new age Pokemon fans needed this release to be reminded of where Pokemon came from. And that's the real Pokemon birthday present. Sorry, that was like right in the mic. My bad. My bad. Your poor ears. How many more attempts tonight? Roughly like 8 more minutes worth. I think. I'm gonna be going until my wife gets home, and then starting on dinner. And she gets home anywhere from 10:20 to 10:30, depending on the day. So we'll basically wrap up when she gets home. How's work treating you tonight, by Swayze? Maybe just for fun, tomorrow I should try streaming at 6 in the morning. The wife will be up. And I could get 2 hours in before the kids wake up. Oh wait, no, she won't be up. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Hot JK. JK. She would hurt me in some way, shape, or form, I'm sure. Tuesday is her sleep-in day. Just for funsies. Welcome back, Lonesome Crow. You wish they would have left PowerPoints out of this game because stopping to eat a carrot every now and then is kind of silly. Gotta fuel up, right? And just because I chose a Charmander once, I should choose a Squirtle once too. Give Squirtle some love. Could you imagine how fast the game would go by, though, if they didn't have PowerPoints? This game is gonna go slow anyways because you have to water everything down. I'm disappointed the rainstorm doesn't like hydrate things a little bit more. There is also quite a delay on my stream, I just realized. Oh, maybe not so much. You was hoping the rainstorm would, but you guess that doesn't help much. Still don't know how a rainstorm will help Onyx escape a rock tomb. It'll all become clear. Yeah, I won't give a spoiler. Give me 1 second. I think the wife might be home. She was not. Yet. You love spoilers? Was that sarcasm? Oh, you really look stuff up the second you want to find something out? Onyx is not encased in stone. That's how the water helps. Yeah, it is. And maybe I just haven't befriended Onyx enough, but like I was for sure thinking that he was going to teach us Bulldoze as a move. I don't think he has yet. But my Pokemon Center should be built by the time I get back, so that's cool. He better teach you a move after all the work you put in for him. Yeah, basically. Have you done the habitat for the healing kit, the first aid kit habitat? Drop a table, a chair, and the first aid kit on the table. Mine spawned a Hitmonlee. I unknowingly put it next to Hitmonchan's stuff, so that made for a pretty interesting scenario. But I was expecting a Chansey. I got a Hitmonlee. I don't know if your experience will generate the same or if it'll be different, but you'll have to let me know. I just remember being like, Hitmonlee? What the heck? So I put mine next to the Pokemon Center, expecting a Chansey. But for all I know, the Pokemon Center being built is going to be a Chansey habitat anyways, so... Hey, friend. How you doing? Oh, over on Twitch even. Just alive. I'm doing pretty great. Getting some encounters in on my Bulbasaur hunt. Doing pretty great. We're hoping for the best here. Have a few other people hanging out in the stream that are also shiny hunting a starter of their choice intermittently. And I'm just gonna feel bad if I find it first. Recently did a shiny Deoxys hunt for the Fire Red Leaf Green playthrough I did. Got it in record time. Record for me, not for anybody else. It was like 35 minutes of hunting, so pretty good. But unfortunately, it is now time to end the stream. So we'll catch you all the next time I go live or post a video. But thanks, friend. I agree the headphones are pretty awesome, but we'll catch you later.